Hello everybody, I'm Serta and welcome back to Foundry. In the last episode we got Thermalite plates done and that was a bit of a process, but I figured it out. Today I'd like to get the Jetpack because the Jetpack is awesome. We're not doing any research right now, but I do have a backup of the Science Pack 3s, so that's super useful. I can do lots of research. There's no research happening at the moment. We'll sort that out in a moment. Now to get the Jetpacks, there's quite a process, and that involves a new resource that we haven't used before called Olumite or Olumite, and there's quite a bit to do with that because pretty much everything that we want to build going forward will now need circuit boards, and circuit boards need a few things, including Olumite. But I did do some work between episodes. I realized that my concrete production was a little bit sucky, and it still is, but I've got a little bit of a backup building. I expanded, I put a couple more casting machines in to make the concrete, which meant I had to increase my production on gravel and also cement. So that's all sorted out. I am a little bit concerned about my power at the moment. I don't think we'll be able to do what we want to do without adding more power, which means I'm also a little bit concerned about ignium. Our current patch is doing pretty well. The resources are lasting well, and I did pick up mining efficiency 1. Not exactly sure how much that does, but there are other upgrades for mining efficiency, which basically means that once you get your mining efficiency up to 50%, every third item you're drawing is basically free. It's not taking from the resource. So basically you are adding 50% to your resources in the ground. So that's pretty cool, but I really want the Jetpack. And that means we need to do some research, we need to do quite a lot of building, and it's going to be cool. So let's get stuck in. Let's immediately jump into the research. I did do some research between, and I got basic Olumite processing. That led me to get chemical processing, which is going to be interesting because it unlocks ignium powder, and ignium is a bit of a problem on this map. I mean, there are ignium patches, but they're so far away. That's fine, it won't matter. I've also researched circuit boards and hover engines. Hover engines are for little robots like our mining drone robot, which we need for the drone miner Mark II. So basically my target is to get to the Jetpack. Now the Jetpack, we need chemical processing and we need Olumite fuel. This is the Olumite fuel. It's going to unlock a few things that we aren't even ready for yet, but I'm going to do that anyway because it's important. So let's get that going and just have a look at the height. In the top left, I am at height 141. My platform over at the Olumite area also needs to be 141. If we have a look at the map, we are going down here. Now, I found a Technum ore patch over there. I thought I got lucky and found xenoferrite, but that's kind of underwater, so I can't use that one. I'm going to have to go and check out if I can get that one. That one's also right on the edge, so not sure. But there's lots of xenoferrite. It just means we might need to bring it in from somewhere. So let's go head down and have a look at our node. Oh, by the way, this system is working really well. We are full up on Thermalite sheets, which is fantastic. But right now we are heading through this semi-desert area, and there are other biomes. I found like a polar biome, snow biome, but for today we are going to be working over here. And this, if we have a look at the map, is our Olumite reservoir. And this is so nice that it's flat. The last playthrough I had, it was on the side of a mountain. Very difficult to place the pipe jacks. But I have everything prepared. I have 4 pipe jacks, so I'm going to place them right next to each other. And look at that, it was just so easy. Now I don't think these need power. They just seem to work. But we are going to need to get power over here, so I'll be running back to just sort out some more extra power. But in this area, at a level of 141 now, I don't know if I can break down these large columns. Oh, I can. Alright, so they won't be getting in my way. Super. Alright, since that is over there, I don't really want to work in the rainforest area. It's a bit tight and there's lots of trees to break down. So what I will do is I'm going to put a catwalk up, and I am not 100% sure the level yet, but now I'm at 142, so I can destroy that I think. And if I go down and I put a block in there, let's go and make sure that that's at 141. I just want to match my height because we will have a, yeah, we're at what? Oh, this is 142. Why? Maybe let me just get rid of that rail. I might have been standing on it. Okay, so if I'm standing out here, now I'm at 142, I need to go 1 down. And just take all of that out, pop in a ledge, stand on this platform. Doesn't seem very high. But I suppose this area is maybe higher than where we were, but yep, this is 141. So this is the level I want to work at. And with that, I can build a nice big platform. Alright, well, not too much in the way. I have to do a little bit of cleaning up. I'm going to extend this platform back a little bit because I can extend it a little bit more. It's fine. The more space, the better. But look at that. I'm already out of platforms. Man. Alright, well, that was 1,000 platforms done and dusted. So the next thing is to put down a storage tank. And I'm going to have it, I think, like this. I'm going to get it as close to that edge as possible. Right? And the tree is not going to be in the way. And then I need pipes. So I'm going to connect all of these together. So the first one, I'm just going to make an elbow, put it in there, and then T's on the others. Is that right? I think so. Perfect. And then straight lines. And I can extend if I need to. I can put more. There's so much space here for more pipe jacks. We could go pretty big on the chemicals. Okay, so then I'm going to come out over here. Oh man, this tree is in the way. And the tree is gone. Right, so that goes in over there, and I'm going to need to match everything up. We'll extend a pipe over to approximately where I need to go. That one. I'm going to bring this line out to about there. We're going to put a bend in straight down to there and an elbow right there. Excellent. Okay, so apparently we do... Oh, you know what? These take high voltage power. Okay, I remember now. So we actually have to bring power poles. And we've still got those cheap power poles that don't extend very far. So what I'll do is make a power pole. Now these each only have 3 connections. So what I'll do is I'll put one over there, connect that to that. I'll do the same thing here. Put that over there and connect it to there. And then I'm going to take this one, put a pole over here and connect that one. Okay, so that should be enough to run power poles back to our power facility. And this is going to be long and painful. And I'm going to try to go in a straight line. And that will mean chopping down trees on the way. But I'm going to carry on and I'll see you when I get there. Well, luckily I don't have to go all the way back. Let's get this. I've got my straight line of poles going down over here. Because we have our lift system that... Oh, I didn't want to do that. What happened there? Because we've got our lifts down to the lava caves that needed power. So we can just connect this line to that. Just like that. So that was pretty quick. And these are all charged up. I do need to sort out power anyway, so I'm just going to pop down to the power facility very briefly. Okay, yeah, everything's working well. I do need to just extend this. I picked up some more platforms, so we'll go out a little bit more. And I don't know if this is going to be a permanent fixture. As soon as we get to solar panels, I'm going to switch over as quickly as I can. I did prepare. I've got 2 boilers that I am going to pop in there and there. And then 2 turbines that are going there and there. Perfect. Need a little bit more platform over here. Cable to the middle of this one and in. And then to the middle of this one and in. Okay, so those are going to be connected, and then I just need to bring the ignium through. But this system doesn't use a lot of ignium, so I'm not too concerned about it sucking up everything that we're using over on that side. Alright, so in there and in there, and I can just take out this last piece because we don't need it. And now we have more. Good. Let's just have a look at our grid stats. Okay, so our grid is split up. We are currently able to produce 3600, which is about 14.4, I think. Yeah, something like that. We're only using 3.8. Obviously, most of my storage boxes are full, so production has stopped and I'm not using as much. So this would be my main facility. And I've actually got 2 transformers in there because it was clipping when it was getting very busy. It was going over 5. So I've put 2 in. There are large transformers that we'll research in a bit. Then on this grid we have, this is the one going downstairs. So we've connected it to the lift, and then it's doing all of these. Now I did put 2 more lava. Why are they? Oh yes, the 2 loaders on the freight elevator plus the loaders on the 3 lava mines or lava smelters. So yeah, this is the downstairs. This is the upstairs. This is the downstairs of our thermalite smelting area, and this is the upstairs, the lift, which is basically just driving those loaders that are taking the thermalite bars out and the thermalite sheets in and so on. Yeah, so that's all sorted. I'm happy with our power setup now, so we can head back. Look at that perfectly straight line of poles. I'm looking so forward to getting the Mark II poles because they have more connections, which is great, but they also span a lot further. These are way too close together. But that has power now, so hang on. Put a ledge in there so I don't get blocked, and we can pop up. And right now we are full. Cool. Okay, so those are running and we're full. And our research is finished. So let's go and research some more stuff. Continue. Oh, the jetpack. We can actually unlock the jetpack, and that unlocks jetpack fuel, which needs xenoferrite plates, which means I'm going to need to get some xenoferrite across here, and it's not close by, but we'll get there. So we might as well research the jetpack. A game changer for sure. Alright, and I'm using more platforms because I want this area to be biggish, and then just get rid of a couple of obstructions. And this is not going to work, so I need to get rid of a couple of platforms. Yep, that's fine. We can get down from there now. Close this up. Excellent. Right, I'm not sure that this little staircase that we've got here is in the ideal position, but it's okay for now. So the reason that I started manufacturing the catwalks is because we can connect our grids together with just these power poles. We don't need to actually connect platforms together, but I would like to be able to transport myself between areas without necessarily using the jetpack. And if I use catwalks, I can run catwalks, and then next to those catwalks have some kind of a belt highway bringing in resources that we might need. But we'll start with the basics. First thing we need to make is polymer board, and polymer board needs liquid polymer. So we need to make liquid polymer, which is this one, which needs a distillation column, and that uses the crude Olumite, which we are storing in that big tank. Distillation column it is, and it just so happens that I have a couple, so I will do that. And this is chunky, and I see the in arrows. There are arrows like that. No way to flip these. No. I'm going to put one down and let's go and see what it does. Okay, so nothing is allowed to go in there or there. This is the input, so I can bring a line in, and I'll bring it up at that level. And that's also potentially a line in. No, it's not. It's an out. I think maybe I need to turn this around. So we'll have the panel on this side. That's good. I'm not going to make things too compact, but I also don't know if I'm going to need to worry about expanding this facility. There's something I forgot to build. All right, so it takes in the crude Olumite. It puts out 75 liquid polymer, but also 50 waste gas. The waste gas, you actually need a flare stack, which I haven't made. It is that one over there. So I'm thinking I'm probably going to need to make a couple of those. Yeah, I'll be right back. All right, so before we can actually do anything, we need to put a transformer in here. I've got the flare stacks built, and I have one transformer, which I can put, I think it should be safe there, and just plug it in. And we have power on this platform now. Okay, so if I do this, I want the liquid polymer, and now will it show me where things go? That's the waste on this side, and the input's on this side. Right, do we have waste? No, that's water. Is that water? We don't need water. Oh no, that's the crude. Oh my goodness. Okay. I actually do need to have it the other way around. I think maybe I'll have it... Yeah, I'll do it like that. Go over to the panel, configure to that, and now we can finally see what goes where. So this will be the stack. Okay, I'm only going to do one of these. I don't think I'm going to need more than that. I might. So I'll leave space behind for another if I need it. And then the stack will go... Okay, so the Olumite comes in over here, and the gas comes out this side. Easy enough. Let's put one of those stacks in and check that out. And that has an input over there. I can leave just a little bit of space. Make sure that this is actually lined up. Yep, right there. This stack, I think, if I go over here, yeah, it doesn't say it, but I think it consumes 50. And this is producing 50, so it's a 1-to-1. So we'll just put piping in, and that will all be sorted. Okay, so that should deal with the waste. This is the output, so this is the input. Now I'm going to bring a line, and this line is going to split a few times. So let me get it up to this height. I don't know if it's necessary to go to that height. Maybe I should split it over. All right, I'm gonna just put a T-junction in here, just like that. Put pipes over to this, right to about there. And then I'm going to put a 4-way. There's a 6-way as well, but I'm going to put a 4-way like that. That will give me the ability to send things. Actually, no, I don't need a 4-way. I'll need a 3-way. 3-way will do. These pipes, I'm not even sure how much they carry. You know, I've never looked at that. It doesn't seem to have an amount. It just carries whatever is needed. 3-way. Put that in there. Put that in there. We're going to need a couple of bends over here. That. Rotate that into position over there. Get a straight one. T, and I'm going to put it like that so that it kind of matches up. And then connect that into there. And that will be taking the raw or the crude Olumite, also known as oil. Oh, of course. Of course. Why would I put it in the correct place? The T, yeah, I'm going to have to take that out. But that's fine, because I might want to expand this at some point. I just need to take this out, because that's not where it goes in. Yeah, I remember this got me in the last playthrough as well. Rotate that. Yeah, so I want the crude pipe to go down that way so that if I need to add any more of these machines, I can. Bend in there, and pipe from there to there. Now we should be rocking and rolling. We are. Right, waste gas 750 per minute. Oh wait, this seems like a lot more than it did before. Am I wrong? Wait, how much does this do per minute? It's waiting. What's it waiting for? Is this doing so much less than before? Oh, machine will destroy any available liquid or gas at a rate of 3,000 liters per minute. Okay, they've definitely changed this. Yeah, I may have to move it around, because it's like I could run 4 of these machines on one of those stacks. Right now, we don't even have enough to send it to the stack. A tank. We'll put the tank. So considering that if we run the Olumite out that way and we want to expand in that direction, then the tank for the storage should be over here. And we'll feed out of this tank, so I'm going to leave a little bit of room. And I have not... Have I got this centered? Oh, this is... The tank is a little bit longer. That's fine. So I'll take a bend out of there, and then I'm going to put a T-junction in over here, like that. So I'll be able to bring in, if I do put another one of these machines down, I can bring it into that side. And then, is this now in the right place? It is. So I can just put a bend over here, rotate that, a straight piece, like that. Another bend over here, just rotate that into place, and then straight bits. I'll just rotate it so that looks nice. And now we are getting our polymer liquid in, and it is being stored. And this is happening at a rate of 1,125 per minute. Excellent. And I like the fact that we can have the pipes up so they're not in the way. You can walk around very easily. Anyway, now that we've got this, the chances that we are going to have another one of these machines is there. I will have to figure out how I'm going to change this. Maybe I will have another pipe that comes in over the top and have a T-junction or something over here, or for a second machine. It's not important. I mean, I could actually even move it over here. The pipes might get in the way, but yeah, it's fine. So now we can make polymer sheets, and the jetpack's been unlocked. All right, now the thing with the jetpack is you have to make the fuel for it, but it is automatically there. So if I double hit the spacebar, it tells me I'm missing fuel for the jetpack. Means it's already enabled on me. I just can't use it because I don't have fuel. So I'm going to expand my platform over this way, just about there. And if I leave enough space for another one, that's cool. So the next thing we need to make is the polymer board. And that is made in a casting machine. And it makes one every 2 seconds, so 30 a minute. And the circuit boards only need one. So maybe I'll put, I don't know, maybe 2 casting machines down. Not sure. But I did prepare. I have casting machines. I'm going to put one down just to see, because these inputs can be funny. So let's choose the polymer boards and see where it does come into this side and nothing on that side. Actually, I got that in the right place just by throwing it down. Or maybe not. Maybe I need to align to that side so I can bring the actual polymer boards out on this side. And I think I will do 2 of these. How much does it take? 150 per minute. Oh, wow, yeah. But I think I only have 1. Do I only have 1 casting machine? I only brought 1. Okay, so we'll put this down over here. Yeah, I'm going to need to go and make another casting machine because then I can do 60 per minute. Polymer boards. Drag a line out to here, and it is to go in there. I'll get myself a T-junction, rotate that into position, get the bend, rotate that into position, straights, rotate, and plug in, and just like that, we are making polymer boards. Yeah, I think I definitely need 2 casting machines. It's fine. We'll put a buffer storage in. I don't want to get in the way of pipes, but we could go underneath the pipes, so it's not really an issue. Yeah, let's put that over there, and then we'll put a belt down like that, an output over here, and an input over there. And now we have polymer boards being stored, and we can take them out, and we can put another casting machine over here and feed those down into this line. Perfect. Good, good, good. All right, the next step to the polymer boards is the circuit boards. And for that, we need electronic components, which means we need Technum. There is Technum over on this side. I made a hole. It's somewhere over there. It's right on the edge of the water, but I can use it. So we'll be able to easily set that up. But I'm not sure I want to do that right now, because I would like to make the jetpack fuel first. And that's a whole other process. It needs liquid fuel and xenoferrite plates. We will sort out the xenoferrite. The liquid fuel needs low density Olumite. Low density Olumite needs crude, and it puts out 25 waste gas. So we need to do this one first. So 1 refiner. So, oh, it needs distillation columns. Oh, good, I've got another one. And this one needs a chemical processor, which I don't think I've built because I didn't have them. Oh, hang on. Before I get excited, the chemical processor actually needs circuit boards, so I don't have a choice. I need to get the Technum over here and start making circuit boards before I can even do the fuel. Quite a process. All right, so if we look at the map, it is over here. I'm going to take a walkway. I think I'm going to zap a walkway through here. So catwalks, get this. It's going to make me hop down here. Now, I don't know if I've got it in the right place. And I'll just do a single lane walkway. I mean, we could just swim, but, you know, by swimming we can just walk across. And of course, this whole thing is wrong. All right, let's try that again. Okay, this is just not playing ball. Do I have to go from the top? I think maybe I do. We'll do that. And then remove this one and put down a ledge. Okay, yes, okay, that's how it works. Good. And then I've got to break this down. So that's gone. And more platforms. And we'll just shoot that straight over the water. Completely unsupported. I love the way the physics works. And then I'm going to turn a corner, head over here. Okay, nice long catwalk. And I may continue it because I need to go over there eventually. This is where we are. As you can see, it's very close to the edge of the water. And if you break through, the water does go in the hole. So I will put a staircase down over here. And that will obviously need a ledge at the end. Right, good. Sorted. So that's where we need to work. And it's a tricky one. I have gone in as far as I can, so I hope I have enough platforms left to do this. Let me just jump down. This should be good, actually. We can go at maybe this height. I will need to chop some stuff out if I'm going to get this to work. And I'm going to need to bring power over here as well. Okay, so here is the platform for our drone miners. And I have a few on me so I can put them in. And I'll start from this side at 64, 70, 79, 81. Yeah, okay, so 1, 2, and maybe 3 belts in like that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to connect this back with platforms. I don't want to bring power poles and another transformer in here. I don't think that's really necessary. So this is going to go up. I think I will do a turn over here, lock that in and go up and up, and we're over the top. Good. So that will bring that in. And then I need a platform to come up from somewhere, and we'll just change the direction and go up like that. Oh man, we're going to need a lot of these. Change the direction again, and that's going right next to the platform. Actually, needs to go lower. So we'll put it in over there, and then we're going to drag this back. And I am going to run out, and also need to dodge the stairs. but I'll take it back. I think I'm going to be able to make it a little way. Oh, that looks like about it. It also means that I'm going to need to bring that belt up because I'm going to bring it up to the same level. And I have belts, so I can get that started at least. Just like that. I built all of that because of the pinning thing. It's really good. Alright, so one last thing to do in the hole, and that is to put in the loaders. So output, output, output. So when this gets power, it will immediately start sending the ore up. And I'm not going to do a major facility for it yet. I will. I'm going to be doing some crazy setups, and then it'll basically replace what I'm going to be doing for this, which will be a temporary setup just to get circuit board started. But let me run back. I've got to go and get more platforms because I keep running out. You use a lot of platforms. Alright, well, I'm on my way back and we found a new friend. Look at that. It's a little friendly turtle. Cute. Right, so I have platforms. I'm going to just drag them out as far as I can go. Now, the reason I'm doing this is I don't really want to go through the pain of trying to put power poles underwater here. This is the way it's working for now. And with that, we should have power over there. And I should probably have got more belts, but I forgot about it. So I'm just going to hope that what I've got reaches. And I'm going to take it to there because I need to do some processing. I'm going to pull off this line. Some more platform going out over here. And this will be a very small facility. So let's work out some numbers because I do have another casting machine. I think I've got enough space. Let's add on to this platform a little. So we'll place this in. I think we can get away with doing it there. Set this to polymer board. Now each of these are doing 30, so that's 60 polymer board, which means I'm going to need 120 electronic components. So I will need, ooh, wow. I think I'm maybe doing a little bit much. Let's forget about all of that. Okay, I'm not going to put another casting machine down. Actually, don't think it's really necessary right now, but basically this is making 30 boards per minute. And from our recipe, we know that we need double the amount of electronic components, so we need 60, which means 2 Mark II assemblers, and that should be fine. But that means we need a lot of Technum rods, actually. Well, it's not too bad. So I think we'll probably need 1 crusher and 2 smelters, and that should be enough to produce our electronic components. All right, well, let's take this down. This is not where it's going to be. It's going to be over there. All right, so 1 crusher. Put that over there, and we'll start crushing immediately. So we'll put a belt through to there, and then I'm not even going to do buffers on this. We can extend that down that way. We'll remove the belts that we don't need. Put a loader into this machine like that, and an output on this side there. Okay, so this, hopefully, what's going on? Why is this not moving? Oh, because I need to configure it, of course. So we're going to take that, we're going to make Technum ore rubble. 40 in, perfect. And then we're going to get 2 smelters. So just like that, we'll extend the belt, and then we'll have outputs on this side, there and there. And inputs on this side, there and there. Good, we're getting the Technum rods. And we are getting 60 in total per minute. Those need to feed into a manufacturer. Those need to feed into an assembler. 1 assembler first, so we'll put this one over here. And we're going to set this one to make the wire. And that takes 60 per minute, which is what we're making. But it will back up soon enough. So we'll feed that in. And then I just need to expand. Well, I don't really. This will come out in this direction. Oh, this needs to carry on through. Another assembler, I think, over there. That should be good. Okay, so this is going to have an output right there. There's the cable. Then we need an input coming in over here. And this would then be making the electronic components at 30 per minute. Wait, I need to check my numbers. I think I might have made a hash up. Yeah, I'm not sure what I was looking at, but we need 36 per minute of the electronic components. We don't need any more Technum rods. Oh, okay, that's fine. Yeah, I'm still on track. It will underproduce slightly because I am just slightly under, and I didn't need to take this one that far through, so take a few of those out. This will be another intake, and then we will have an output over there, and then we can have this machine, which will be actually right here is probably fine. All right, let's move this, and we will put this down. I'm going to give it a bit of extra space in case I want to expand sometime. So that should be enough space. And this one is going to make circuit boards. Okay, it doesn't need as much as I thought it did. We should be fine. Although I might be underproducing slightly because we need 36 and I'm currently making 30. That's actually fine because these are together making 60. Yeah, it's fine. I'm not going to stress too much. It's going to be a little unbalanced until I sort things out. But this belt can then come through over here, wrap around the corner to there, inserter, inserter there, and then we're going to bring a polymer board from there. I'm going to jig it in. In fact, I can do it like that and put that in. And then an output over here. And with that, we're getting polymer boards. We've already got the electronic components. And we now have circuit boards. Good. So I'll put a little storage box. Let's see if I can line that up. An output over there. And then we'll have to have the input over here. Is that right? And a belt into there. And there go the circuit boards. Look at that. We've got circuit boards. We are taking many steps. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to need another one of these casting machines. It should be good for a fair bit, at least to get us started. Anyway, I need to move this catwalk somewhere else. And with the ledge in, now that's over there, and I can remove this one. Because I want to use the space and close up the hole. Super. So the next thing we need to make is the fuel, but to make the fuel, we need another little process. We need the low-density Olumite, and that's done in a distillation column. It produces 100 and this one needs 50, so from one distillation column making the low density stuff, we could actually have 3 making fuel. Can't remember if there's anything else that needs the low density. Anyway, let's get the distillation column up, and the panel will face in this direction and line up with that. Yep, that's fine. We will have a liquid storage right over... How much space did I leave? I left 2. 2 was enough. Do that. And configure it to do the low density, and that's going to need a stack, and there's the stack, and I left 2 spaces and centered it, so that should be right. And while I'm here, I may as well put in the pipes, so we'll do that, and a couple up. Alright, those are in. Now honestly, I could have run the waste to a central point, because these things actually do a heck of a lot more than they used to. I didn't need that. I don't need one per machine. I could just run all of those pipes to one waste area. Anyway, it's fine. That also means that I can bring a pipe up like that. We'll bring that up a couple. Okay, so now this is going to give me trouble because I can't see the surface. So I'll put that pipe in first and then I'll put the bend in just like that. And then I can bring a pipe over this way. And I need to put it in here. I don't think I'm going to extend this, so I'm going to take this straight in. And I don't know if any other processes need the raw Olumite, so I will put in a T just in case, and then finish that off. And that should get the system running. And I've put this tank a little bit too close, so let me move it. I wanted to have it about 3 away so that I have sort of clear walkways that I can go through. And then I will take that out to there, and I'm going to need to bend this a little over that way, down that way, and wait, I'll have another bend over here, like that, and that into there. And is it starting to fill? It is. It seems very slow, but it's filling. It's making 1500 a minute, so that's a lot. And that brings us to our next step, which is the fuel. And for the fuel, we need a chemical processor. Oh, I didn't make one when I went back. Oh, that's because I needed some polymer board and circuit boards. All right, well, we've got polymer board. I'll grab a stack of that and a stack of circuit boards. They stacked to 200 and we haven't got there yet. That seems strange. We are making 18 per minute. I suppose that's right. I think I might need to ramp up the production on circuit boards. This is not going to be enough. But when I do proper facilities for crushing and smelting, I will be able to expand things. This is just to get us going. Oh, so now I can grab a full stack of circuit boards. Fantastic. Let me go back. Oh, hang on. Let me go back. I don't have any steel beams on me, so I have to go and make the chemical processor. Now here's a little thing that I do. From time to time I'll go and get materials to build things, and then I can't put those materials back because the storage or buffer boxes are full. So I take that extra material and I dump it into a container so that I can come to this container and grab out what I need to make stuff. I don't have to go to lots of different places to grab materials because it's usually all here. And if I run out, I'll go up and get something out of storage. And if I don't use it all, the rest of it comes in here. So that's just something that I'd like to do. And now I have enough for a chemical processor, so I will make one. I hope one's enough. I'm sure it will be. And I hope there's nothing else that needs to go into that. So basically, we just want to make fuel, and it just needs the chemical processor. And then for the jetpack fuel, there we go. We need a fluid assembler. Now that's a new machine. And where is that? Right there. We can actually make one. Let me make two. And then I'll drop my steel back in. And what I've done is I've picked up a bunch of steel plates, xenoferrite plates, so that I don't have to find xenoferrite to mine and try and transport over here to make the jetpack fuel. Because that's the target. I want to make the jetpack fuel. So I'll show you how I'm going to do that. But it's so nice having all of this space. Before, and I mean it worked, it wasn't terrible, but it's nice to have the space. Before I was in a valley with mountains close by on all sides. So I had to guide the factory through the valley. It wasn't so bad. It made sure that I kept everything compact. Yep, I'm definitely not producing enough electric components. Why is that? This is taking... Oh, it's taking 36 and I'm only making 30. Yeah, that's fine. No worries, we are getting some circuit boards, and the circuit boards are not really the focus of today anyway. Because I'm not going to extend this low density Olumite setup because it's making 1500 per minute. I don't know if I need more than that. We'll extend this platform, and I'm going to make the fuel thing right around here. So let's grab that machine. It's quite big. I mean, it's really very big. And where's the panel? We'll have it on this side. Actually, we'll have it on this side. The inputs are over here, and I'm going to bring them in from the tank. Not really much to line this up with, so I'll just line it up with that. Something like that. Yep, that's lined up. That's lined up. I've got space. I'm going to configure this to make liquid fuel. And for that, I just need the low density stuff, which I can bring in from here. And that will go into that particular slot. And I only need 375 per minute. And I'm making 1500 per minute. So I'm immediately going to go up. I think these are at the same level as the other pipes. They should be. So let me put this pipe in and extend it to there. Bend it that way. Extend this to there. Bend it down. Now I am assuming that you can... It doesn't look like you can pin with this. No, because you use R to rotate on an axis. And pop that in there. Right, there you go. We are now making... Good. And we're making fuel at 1,125 per minute. Super. That means that we can have... Oh, I see. I made a little mistake, because I'd like to have my tank for the fuel over here on this same line. So I'm going to have to move some pipes. And where's the fuel output in this one? Oh, wow, it's on the other side. Yeah, well, that's not happening. I'm going to have to bring it around somehow. Yeah, I'll bring it around this side. No problem. So put that in, and then I'll just slot that in. And everything's back up and running. Fuel storage, all nicely lined up. Oh, did I miss it? I did. One more time. That's lined up, that's lined up. Now we can do some pipe magic. So we'll put that there and bring this out. Shouldn't clash. We'll put this through and go to there. Rotate that into place. Then over here, I'm going to do this. Put that in. This goes up too. And get another bend there, and then the straights right across to there. And with the... Oh, I've got the blooming panel on the wrong side. That's fine. It actually doesn't matter. And we already have 1,150 liters. Superb. Another platform extension out here, because we need to put in our fluid assembler. So I'm going to build one of those. We'll put the panel out on this side. Going to give it just a bit of space. I'm going to turn it this way because the input for the fuel is over here. And I could just tee off this line and go in there, but I'd rather go out of the buffer. See, this one is at a different level, so we're going to have to take it out and go up. And somehow put this completely in the wrong place. So put that in there and then do that. Oh, let me set the recipe first. So we want jetpack fuel, and now we also need xenoferrite plates. So what I'm going to do here, just to make that process work, put in a little storage box right in there. Going to have an output on this one and an input over there on that one, belt through to there, and I'm going to dump that in. Okay, so we've got our xenoferrite plates and they are being fed into this machine, and we are now making jetpack fuel at 15 per minute. Awesome. And we're going to need to store it, so I'm thinking I'm going to come out on the side for that, like right there. Go out from that machine and into the storage belts. Oh, there we go. We have some jetpack fuel happening. That is fantastic. I'm going to take that out. And now that we have a bit of jetpack fuel, we should be able to jetpack. Look at that. And the jetpack fuel lost pretty well. I mean, we had 20, it was 500 megajoules. And we have speed upgrades that we can do on this. To go down, you just hold the left control and you can go down. I think this is faster than walking. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's faster than walking. We have a jetpack, folks. And we also have a nice oil setup, making fuel and circuit boards. And the circuit boards we need for the next tier of science, I think. All right, so you don't actually have to build a jetpack. You just have to unlock it in the research, and it's immediately available, but won't work until you have fuel. And now we have fuel. A nice little factory, this. So the next stage in development, I haven't been doing research. I really should be concentrating a bit more on that. I think I'm going to do energy cells. And the reason I want to do energy cells is because it's the next step in the Olumite refining process. And you need the acid, which needs the gas. The gas is made from the crude. So we can do another line over here, and then we can make energy cells. We also need ignium powder, which is a little bit of a problem on this map, because if we have a look at the map, I went walkabout, and right up over here is some ignium, and then way over here is some ignium. Was there another one? I think there was another one. Oh, there we go, all the way down there. So I found 3, and they are extremely far away from the base. So we're going to have to figure that out. But yeah, I'm going to start the research on the energy cells regardless, because we need the energy cells to make something. I can't remember what the heck it was, but I would like to get the drone mining. And oh yes, we need hover. Oh yes, we need hover engines. That was what I had researched. And the hover engines over here need a few things. It's not too difficult to make. We will have to set up a new factory for all of this. So those hover engines will go into mining drones, which we'll be able to sell. The sales price, base sales price, is 95. It's quite expensive. We also want to get into batteries. They need energy cells. And then solar panels, they need energy cells. And eventually we do want to get to the big solar panels. That's the ultimate. But yeah, there's tier 3 stuff as well. And that just needs circuit boards. So I would have to set up a facility to upgrade our Mark 2s to Mark 3s. But that's a little down the line. We need to research the Science Pack 4. And that Science Pack 4 uses circuit boards that we've just made. It needs the energy cells, which we are going to make, and Thermalite sheets that we are making. If you like this video, give us a like. If you want to see more, subscribe, hit the bell icon for notifications. Leave me your comments. Let me know your thoughts on the game and on the playthrough. And if you've got any tips, I'd like to hear them. I've had a lot of help with things here and there. There's things that I'm really not focusing too much on, like the galactic market, because I have more than enough Thermalite. In fact, I probably have too much. And eventually we'll get to construction where I can make a radio tower and communicate with our space station without having to go to the console every time I want to speak to them. Because I have a feeling I haven't done anything with the Thermalite for a while, so we probably have quite a bit. Wait, hold on. We got 144,000. But our vault capacity is only 100,000. Oh, this limit can be exceeded, but you will be charged for external storage. Oh, well, parting shot here. If I can do... I actually can't do another vault upgrade because there is a research that needs to be done. That research, the hull improvements, I think I'm going to do that next. I'll do it between episodes. That way we can increase our vault size. But I'm being charged for that storage. I don't know how much I'm being charged, but I've got, you know, I'm not running low on anything, honestly. So thank you very much for joining me, and until next time, cheers.